Good morning. I'm 4:30 this morning. Been up since about 3:45 and headed to Atlanta to work. And that's what today's topic is on. Is working, just working for a living, and getting up and being on time, going to work. And there's people out there that for health reasons and different things that cannot work a job. They can't work. I know some. We help them out. Church helps them out. And we do have people that genuinely cannot work and genuinely need help. We're supposed to help them. We're supposed to help them. That's what God commands us to do. Now, that said, we've got people that don't want to work, that are able-bodied, and they don't want to work. They just don't want to work. I know people right now that their kids, their grown kids, can work, they're able-bodied, but they mooch off mom and daddy. Mom and daddy allows it. So they're mooching off mom and daddy when they're in their 20s. Mom and daddy's allowing it. They move in and out of the house. They just don't do anything. They sit around the house, look at their phone, play on their computer, go out with their friends. Mom and daddy foots the bill for everything. They don't want to work. They have no, goals in life. To me, a grown person should have goals in life for themselves. And that's one thing that's another thing that a job is having goals. And it gives you some meaning in life. It gives you some worth in life. Now we're all worth something to God. We're humans. We're all worth something, but it still gives you worth to have a job. It gives you meaning in life. It gives you something to do. It gives you something to spend your time doing where you're not, idle hands. Idle hands aren't good. And the Bible talks about, in Proverbs, it talks about a sluggard. The Bible talks about, this guy plants his crop, this guy plants his crop, this guy doesn't. And this guy basically wants to take what he's got. So if you're gonna have anything, even the basic stuff, and you're able-bodied, you need to work. These kids that get out of school and they mooching off their mom and dad, they're not working. But if you're working, and see, here's what a lot of people think. They think certain jobs are better than other jobs. But to me, I don't care if you're working the drive-thru at McDonald's. That's an important job. I don't care if you're cooking hamburgers at McDonald's. That's a job. That's an important job. Every job is important out there. Being a helper, being a laborer, being an apprentice, those are all important jobs. You're doing something. So if you're at McDonald's and you're cooking hamburgers for a living, make the best hamburger there is. Have a goal. I'm going to make the best hamburger. I'm going to make this hamburger where people, when they get it, they start eating it, they want to come up there and say, hey, that's the best hamburger I've ever had. Because I want to, do the right thing. And wherever I'm working, whoever I'm working for, and it doesn't matter, you want to do them a good job. You want to, you earning some money, you want to do them a good job. You want to try to impress them with your work ethic. Work ethic is one of the most important things we can have. Because when you have work ethic, nobody has to tell you to make a good hamburger. Nobody has to tell you that. You're going to do it because you want to do it. Nobody has to tell you to do a good job when you got work ethic. Nobody has to tell you to be on time. You know, if you got to be at work at 7 o'clock, you don't walk in there in the morning at 5 or 10 after every morning. No, you get there early. You get there early and be ready to go to work. People don't realize, a lot of people, is if you work hard in life and you get on with a company or get on or have your own business, you're gonna with a company, you're gonna be noticed. People will notice you. People will notice your hard work. People will notice the quality of your product. When I got on at the power company, I was 23. I had been laid off a couple times from other companies because back in the early 80s, there was a lot of layoffs. So I got a job at the power company, and I was 23, and my job was a laborer. My job was sweeping the floor, cleaning the bathroom, weed eating, and cutting grass. That was my job, $5 an hour. I went in and I did the best job I could do. So as my career went along, I moved up. I worked hard, I moved up, I did the right things. I did extra things, that's another thing. If you're cooking hamburgers at McDonald's, you know, go the extra mile. You know, put the hamburger together the right way. Make it a good hamburger. Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you're going to be a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper you can be. Because I don't care what job you're doing, and if you're doing a good job, you will get noticed. You're not just a hamburger cooker, you're working for McDonald's. Well, you get noticed cooking a good hamburger and going the extra mile and having a good attitude. Guess what? They may say, hey, we've noticed you. You know, we might want to send you, you know, let you come up to the next level and let you run this or do this, you know, and that happens. That happens. Just getting up and having a good attitude and working hard, doing the right things. It happened to me. I have no college. I have no college education. I wished I did. No college education. I just worked hard, did the right things at the power company. I moved up and ended up being a crew leader. And I moved into safety and health. I was a safety guy for a while. And then the power company approached me about being a supervisor. They asked me to be a supervisor. They asked me if I was interested in going into safety. I didn't ask them. They asked me, but I did do the right things. I did do the right things to prepare myself. There's nothing magical. There's nothing magical about doing a good job and working. You just gotta have that in you. You gotta have the gumption and the goals. Have goals in life. And you gotta want to be a hard worker. I see people every day. They come in the power company and they just do as little as possible and enough to get by. That don't work. You should work hard for the company or the people you work for. If you work for a small business guy, you should work hard for him. I don't care if you're out running a weed eater for him, you know. Do it the right way. Take care of his weed eater. Do a good job at it. That's what you want to do. A job gives you worth. A job gives you goals, something to strive for. But unfortunately, the society we have now, we have people, and I know people, like I said, I know people that their children, they're in and out of jobs. They don't want to work at a job long. They don't like the job because, well, I have to get up early and go in. I can't go in at 10 o'clock and work till 3 and come home. You know, they actually want me to do something. Yeah. They want me to be at work at 7 o'clock. I just don't know if I can do that. at 7 o'clock. That's meaning being there on time. Actually being there a little early. Not coming in and walking in at 10 after 7. And we have a lot of people like that now that don't want to do anything extra. I see it every day. I see it in whether it don't matter if it's at McDonald's or it's a power company or wherever. I see it. I see people just half doing a job. They don't want to go the extra mile for anything. They have to be told everything to do. You don't want to be told everything to do. You want to take initiative and do what you're supposed to do. That's the way you do. That's the way you move up. You don't live with your parents till you're 30-something years old. You know, you should. You know, when I was 18, I had a job. When I graduated from high school, I had a job. I had a job lined up. I graduated that Monday morning. I went to work, and I'm not bragging or anything about myself. I'm just saying it was what I was taught. My parents taught me that. They told me you either going to join them when you graduate, you can join the military, or you can go to school and work a job, or you're going to work a full-time job. And my daddy said, you're not going to have your big feet sitting up under my table, eating my food and not working. That's what he told me. That's what he told me. And so we got a lot of people now, their kids, big feet's up under their table and mooching off of their parents because they don't want to work. And it's pretty prevalent nowadays in our society. Unfortunately. Get out, get you a job, quit mooching off your parents. So, you know, my children are successful. You know, my stepson's successful. We tried to set a good example to them. The only example I can set with them is getting up, going to work, working hard, and having some things. You know, that's all you can. That's all I can do. That's all I know to do. You know, so I'm just saying to everybody out there, and I know there's a lot of hard-working people that watch this video, and I know we have some people that cannot work. They cannot work because of health reasons, and that's where we come in. That's where we come in. We have to help, because there is legitimate reasons that you cannot work. But if you're able-bodied and you're sitting around the house, that's different. Sorry, that's just different. That's just different. You should be working. So, you know, work ethic means a lot. I don't see as much of it now as I used to. My parents had work ethic. I've been laid off a couple times. I got out and found another job. I went job hunting. I didn't sit around. My parents wouldn't let me sit around. So they made you go to work. When I got 18, was working, my mama made me pay rent to live there. Okay. I had to give her $125 a month to live in that house that I grew up in. She was taking that $125 and putting it in an envelope. I didn't know she was putting it in an envelope. She was putting it in an envelope and putting it up for me. I didn't know that. She was teaching me responsibility, though. She taught me that sometimes you got to pay things in life that you don't want to. So when I bought my first house, she handed me that envelope, and there was a bunch of money in it. And I thought that was one of the best lessons in the world. So anyway, a job is important. Keeps our economy going. Everybody's got to have one, some sort. Work ethic means a lot. That's why I'm getting up at 3:45 in the morning to be on time. So y'all God bless y'all. All y'all getting up and working hard in the community we have here. I appreciate y'all. For the ones that can't work, for the ones of y'all that can't work, you have some kind of disability, God bless you. And that's probably a harder way of life than what we have, what I have. I would say it was, because I know people personally that suffer from that. So we have to pray for those people and help them out when we can. That's what we got to do. So God bless you. Y'all have a great day. And I think this is Inspirational Talk number 9. Hope everybody has a good week. Leave a comment. Hope you subscribe to my channel. I'm sure I ruffle some feathers, but that's okay. Sometimes the truth hurts. Y'all have a great week. God bless. And keep your blade sharp.